when you're done putting them under your feet, shake the dust off. Don't carry any remnants of that energy with you. It can't go with you where you're going. Hello, storytellers. Welcome back to Storytelling Tarot. My name is Jeida K, and I am so excited to be with you today. It is day 10 of Divcember, and I'm so excited because, as you know, this is the tarot twist on Vlogmas. So every day we are looking and reflecting on the year so that we can prepare for the year ahead. We are getting ready for 2024, the year of self-mastery with a whole lot of compassion. So thank you so much for joining us today. I'm really excited to get into this message because we are talking about shaking the devil off. So interesting that this theme of the devil keeps coming up. It reminds me a lot of conversations that I had with my friends Sarah Makiba and T when we got together for Hoodooing here on the channel. It was a special event that I hosted here on the channel to celebrate and kind of go out with a bang for Hoodoo Heritage Month. And there are lots of conversations around the devil and what that means specifically for Black folk in America. So I definitely recommend watching that if that is something that is of interest to you. It was a really great conversation. So just a shameless plug right there. If this is your first time to Storytelling Tarot, I'm so glad that you're here. We are having a good time. So if you like this type of thing, if you like divination and reflection with a little dash of hoodoo, then make sure that you like the video and subscribe if you want to keep getting more of these. And if you've already been here for a while, hey boo, I'm so glad you're here. I hope you are enjoying this as much as I am. Also want to remind you that if you are resonating with these videos and you would like the opportunity to sit with me one-on-one, I would love to have you. Readings are 15% off if you book before January 1st, 2024. All you need to do to save 15% off is to use the code DIVD23 to receive that discount. All the information is in the description box below. I would love to sit with you one-on-one to have a conversation. Or if you're like, I would rather have a recorded reading just like this one, that option is available too. All of that is available in the description box. All right, let's get into this ancestral message. Our message for the day is emergence. Emergence. It's very much giving, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. And what I think is really loud for me with this particular card is not just that, oh, it's a time for you to come out. It's a time for you to show yourself. It's a time for you to be loud and proud. What it feels like is I was thinking of the scripture, and I was going to say maybe it's because it's Sunday, but honestly, I'm churchy every day. So I'm thinking about the scripture where in the New Testament, when Jesus is telling the disciples or the apostles, soon to be apostles, how to deal with entering into spaces where you are not welcomed. Jesus says, shake the dust off your feet and move it. Keep it trucking. And that's what I'm really feeling with this emergence card is I'm thinking about what is necessary for us to prepare for the days and the journey ahead. And the main thing that the spirits are speaking about today is shaking the dust off of our feet. What are the things that you need to shake off of you so that you can emerge, right? If you think about even a baby in a womb, when the baby is born, they have been in this womb with all of this water and a lot of these fluids, right? And when the baby is born, there are things that must be either rubbed into the skin or rubbed off or removed from the skin. So you may or may not have heard the term cheesy baby. And if you're a little queasy, I wouldn't recommend Googling either. Usually when babies are born, there's this film that is on the skin and it's called vernix. And that vernix is made of oils and lipids and things to protect the skin on that baby while they're in the womb, right? It protects from the amniotic fluid and anything that could be damaging to the skin and to the cells. So when the baby is born, you have two options. You can rub off the vernix, or you can rub it in, because it's almost like the body, the birthing parent's body has like created this like lotion, if you will, that hydrates the baby's skin, right? And so, but there's also like other things in the womb that we want to remove from the baby so that they can breathe. For instance, there are times when midwives and birth workers will suction out the fluids that are like inside the baby's mouth. There are things that have to come out as well. And so what I'm thinking about with this emergence card is that's where we are. The ancestors are saying we have been like in this metaphorical womb, if you will, preparing for our next step. And so there are things like the vernix that we need to actually hold on to and actually apply and rub into the skin and take with us, right? And then there's also things like extra fluid and other things that we no longer need, that we can actually shake off. So I'm wondering, what is the dust that needs to be shaken off of you as you prepare for what's ahead? Because the time to emerge is coming. And so as you are readying yourself for that next stage, consider those two things. What are you taking with you, and what are you leaving behind? If you're still with me, I would love if you could click that like button. And if this is your first time and you like this type of thing, consider subscribing. We would love to make you a part of the Storytelling Tarot fam. All right, so our tarot cards for the day are coming from the Tarot for Kids deck. And the card that represents our lesson or reflection from 2023, we have the Chariot reversed. I'll show it upright. The Chariot, and it was reversed. And so this is really perfect for this emergence card, right? And thinking about what we're leaving and taking behind. And also we are leaving the year of the Chariot. We are moving away from or coming out of 2023. And so the year of the Chariot, which I call journeying home to the self, was about this very thing, what you're leaving behind and what you're taking with you. And we learned this over this year about what it means to move forward, what it means to make decisions that feel good to us, and also know when we need to pivot, right? When we need to stop and get new directions, because the place where we thought we were headed may not be where we need to go. Or it may not be what we thought it was going to be. And so we need to take a different turn. And so with the Chariot in reverse, which, you know, the Chariot is forward momentum, right? It's moving ahead. It's having control over your life. With it in reverse, what it feels like is our reflection from this year is about all the times that we needed to hold our horses. What it means is perhaps we were not quite as prepared as we thought we might be for the journey ahead. It could also be our need to stop and calculate before we get into the Chariot. Maybe we need to strategize. Maybe we need to make sure that we're packing everything that we need to pack for this particular journey. Maybe we were just learning that there were certain things that we brought with us on the journey that wasn't necessary, but was actually baggage and weighing us down. Or maybe some of us realized, wow, I really left something very important at home. And I have to either go back and get it, or I have to learn how to adapt without that thing. And so there's a lot of push and pull, a lot of lessons that I think that we have been moving through with the Chariot reversed, which I think is really good for us to ask these questions as we are transitioning from one year into the next. Because the way that this is going to help us is represented by the Seven of Swords, which, if you're familiar with me and this channel, you know that the Seven of Swords is one of my favorite cards in the tarot. Because, if you didn't know, I read my cards very blackly. I read my cards and all of my divination tools through the lens of a descendant of enslaved Africans in America as a Black woman. The Seven of Swords is a card of deception. It is a card of trickery. But when I think about and I imbue my lived experience and the experiences of my ancestors, I think of all the ways that we used trickster energy and we used strategy and we used secrecy and we used hush harbors and all of these things in order to guarantee our safety and survival. And so the Seven of Swords becomes a card of strategy. The Seven of Swords becomes a card of taking back what was stolen from us. And so for me, it can be a card of empowerment. And I love that this card is showing up here. Both of these cards being 7, by the way, as we talk about emergence, as we consider what is necessary as we are moving ahead, as we are busting out of this phase of life into the next. What are the necessary tools and wisdom that you must take with you? What have you learned in this year about the tools, not only what tools to use, but how to use them? This feels like a time to choose our spiritual technologies, to choose divination tools, to choose different industries to work in, to choose our teachers. We can take our pick right now because we are entering into 2024, which is the year of compassionate self-mastery. The tools that you are taking with you now, the tools that you're picking up now, you are going to learn how to master them in the year ahead. So what are you taking with you as you shake the dust off of your feet? There's a song we used to sing that I think of every time I see the Seven of Swords. Used to sing it in church as a kid. We're going to the enemy's camp to take back what he took from me. We're going back to the enemy's camp to take back our liberty. And we're going to put him under our feet. And when you're done putting whatever your enemy or negative forces or opposition, when you're done putting them under your feet, shake the dust off. Don't carry any remnants of that energy with you. It can't go with you where you're going. Shake the dust off of your feet. That is the power that we find in the Seven of Swords. It's cunning. It's trickster. It's quick-witted. It's smart. It's glamour. Baby, it ain't nothing to play with. Okay, so for our self-reflection question of the day, what are you taking in your chariot into the year ahead? And what are you leaving behind? What dust are you shaking off of your feet? And if you're curious what my answer is, you know where to find it. Already in the comments. Okay, my loves. Happy Sunday. I hope you enjoy the day with your loved ones, with your ancestors, at your shrines and altars. More than that, I hope you enjoy this Sunday with you. And thank you for spending a part of it with me. Oh wait, I almost forgot to tell you. I'm in the holiday spirit, so I would like to give away to one lucky winner a 6-month forecast, a reading with me to look into the first 6 months of year 2024. It's one of my favorite readings right now because we look at the tarot card of the year for you, the themes that you can expect and experience. We look at the breakdown of messages from your ancestors and guides to get some insight as to what you should be focused on, the things that you may be experiencing over the first 6 months, and strategy on how to navigate around some of those difficult things. And then we do a month-by-month breakdown where we look at every single month It's very much so like my Tell Me Something Good live tarot scopes that I do every month, but it's just for you. Stay tuned. All right, we'll see you next time.